Hello everyone, this is my story of steam from the 1820s until the 1960s using locos from my collection. This H-class was built in 1904 until 1919. So my next progression is this James Manson 040 that was built from 1907 until 1909. And from the information I can find, only 6 of these were built. Now these are very interesting locos. They were built for the Glasgow and South West Region Railways. Their actual manufacturing base was in Kilmarnock in Ayrshire, which is very close to where my mother was born. So these were what they call a U-class. I don't fully understand what that means with classifications of locomotives, because over the years and with regrouping they change numbers, they change categories, they change many things. So these actually weighed 39.5 tons and they had a wheelbase of 7 foot 6 inches. So from axle to axle it was 7 foot 6, and the reason for this was they were designed for the docks in Greenock in Scotland, and the docks always have tight curves, so these locos were purposely designed for tight curves. They could also negotiate gradients of 1 in 50, so they were quite a strong, powerful little locomotive. I don't think any of these survived. I can't find any information that any are preserved. I may be wrong on that, but I can't find any information. What happened when the railways were regrouped in 1948, the Glasgow and South West Region locomotives were all finished in a green livery with a mixture of striping, could have been black or gold, so there was a mixture. But when they regrouped, these were transferred to the LMS, who repainted them black and obviously put their LMS markings on them. So that's the only information I can find with these engines. Yeah, the lining could have been black and white or black and yellow according to the information I have. This one I've actually repainted, so any stripes that may have been on this have disappeared. This is quite a famous little loco for me. Anthony from the Outsider Railway in America made a challenge to anybody who had a locomotive that was damaged but they considered to be a warrior. So I had this in my box. It hadn't been working for some time. I got it working and then I dropped it down the stairs and it broke, and I re-glued all the body back together. So this is my warrior. Also it had a Hornby XO4 motor which didn't work, so I put a can motor in it. So we'll see it work now, and hopefully it's running around okay. It's pulling, how many? 7 wagons and a brake van. Bit of mixed freight for it. Yeah, so we got some lime, some sand, some boxes, crates of things, more boxes, crates, and a brake van, LMS brake van. This was one of the, I think it was 5 I bought as a job lot, and I knew they weren't working. That was the I can't remember how much I paid. It was less than £10 for 5. So they all had this Hornby XO4 motor. I think 2 of them I got working and the rest were junk. So this was put in a box. It was forgotten about for a long time, and then I thought one day I'll have a go at repairing it. So I fitted it with a can motor, and lo and behold it works very, very well. I'm very surprised. Yeah, running around very nicely. It's very hard to find spares for those XO4s. And plus, it's very hard to control them at low speed. They're not such a motor with finesse. They're rather crude. So now I've slowed it down. It's going over the points very well. It's not a heavy train at all, but it's managing everything quite well. So like I say, this really is my old Warrior. It's actually made from a very strange plastic. It was a nightmare to try and glue it all back together again. I tried different glues, nothing seemed to work. It also took me a long time to identify what type of Loco this is. I knew it was a Hornby, but I couldn't find any information on it at all. And then I kept looking through photographs recently, and by luck I found that this matched the 1907 Manson. So I was quite happy to find the history of it. It's running very well. And like I say, I know I've modified a number of my Locos, but to me, I would rather have them modified and running than just thrown in a box and forgotten about. So Anthony gave this a mention, and he said he liked the story, and it wasn't so much that it had been repaired, it was the fact that it was a Warrior and it had some history. So that was nice of him to give it a mention. I'm going to slow it down again. It was over points very well. It's very happy with it. So I have to be very careful with this now. If I drop it again and it breaks, I don't know if I could put it back together again. A bit like Humpty Dumpty. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye now.